Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Happy Mind, Happy Life podcast, where we take a few minutes each week to pause, breathe, reflect, and connect about how we can create more peace, more joy, and more calm in our everyday life. I'm your host, Michelle Werdeman, and I am so grateful you decided to hit play today. What is happening, my friends? Can I just tell you, it is so cold here in New England, which I get because it's February and it's supposed to be, but damn, it has been really cold these last couple weeks. And I typically plan a family vacation for some time around this year, like the end of February, just to give me something to look forward to because I love the sun and I love the warmth. And I couldn't this year because my daughter has driver's ed all of February break. So that isn't going to work. But I can't even believe I'm talking about driver's ed already. That's a whole other podcast. But yeah, so anywho, I wanted to talk about something that has come up often with some clients lately, and it's something we're all familiar with, and sometimes we don't realize that it's happening and that we're doing it. And that is focusing on all of the things that we don't have yet. And what I mean by that is setting goals and setting, achievements and things that we want, whether it's a number on the scale or a number in our bank account or a relationship, and we have all these desires. Oftentimes we're focusing on the wrong aspect of the things that we want, because subconsciously we're focusing on the fact that we don't have it yet. And when we do that, we are creating an energy of lack. And we don't mean to. We think we have good intentions, constantly focusing on that thing that we want. But behind the scenes, a lot of times, what we're doing is telling our bodies that we are still so far away from what it is that we're looking for. I know I have experienced this, but I didn't realize I was experiencing it. And this was with a weight loss goal. And I was doing all the things right, like moving my body and eating good and just all the things. And I'm like, what in the absolute F? Like, why isn't this happening? Why am I not getting to the number that I want to see? And it occurred to me that I just kept focusing on not getting to that number, that I was creating this vibration of not lack per se, but just frustration. That's a good one. Like frustration and anger and disappointment with myself. And when we have those types of emotions that sometimes we know we feel them, sometimes we don't know we feel them, what we're going to do is continuously create the lack. So I was talking to a woman that she wants to be in a relationship. And one of the things that kept coming up was the people that she is attracting. And we kind of looked at the commonalities and whatnot. And it was because of how subconsciously she kept telling herself that she kept meeting the wrong people, even though her desire was to meet somebody of these certain criteria, not criteria, that sounds bad. No, but like certain qualities that she was looking for. But she kept telling herself that she was meeting the wrong people. So she's putting out, to the universe that she's meeting the wrong people. So what was happening? She kept getting aligned with people that were the wrong people. And we do it without realizing we're doing it. And it also came up with somebody else I was talking to about money. They have this desire to have X amount in their bank account. And every day when they would go online and they'd look at their account, they just kept reminding themselves of how far away they were from their goal. And he said to me, he's like, the number in my bank account, no matter what I do, just isn't changing. And without realizing it, he was creating like no change. And again, I think we all do this in some aspect, and having goals and having desires and all of that is awesome. And that's how we move forward. But if you're not creating the outcome that you want, I want you just to stop and pause and think about how often you tell yourself how far away, or you'll never get there, or just notice your self-talk when it comes time to whatever it is that you want. And this can happen with vision boards. I'm a huge vision board person. I love making them. We do a lot of activities at my Tranquility Center where we create things. But when you look at your vision board, I want you to look at it, and rather than saying or thinking, oh my gosh, it hasn't happened yet, like I thought this would be here by now, I want you just to stop and close your eyes and put your hand on your heart. And if you don't have a vision board, just think about what it is that you feel like you've been chasing and you just can't get there. And I want you to stop and think and feel into that feeling of having achieved it. And I don't want you just to think about it in your head. I want you to really, really feel in your body how it feels to achieve it. Because when we have a desire, the underlying desire that we actually have is the feeling that we are going to feel when we achieve that. So if it is a number in your bank account, are you looking to feel successful or secure? Or if it is a number on the scale, are you looking to feel more confident or healthier? And I want you to practice thinking about how you're going to feel and start to feel those emotions now. And another good exercise to start to move from a place of lack or frustration or just fuck it, I give up from that mentality, I want you to ask yourself these questions. And again, not just in your head, I want you to stop, take some time to really think about these questions. If you can write them down, awesome. But the point is to actually feel them in your body. I want you to ask yourself, what in your life is good right now? Who in your life do you love? Who in your life loves you? And just feel into those feelings of love and gratitude and, whatever comes up for you. I want you to really hone into those feelings in your nervous system, because those feelings put out an energy of abundance. And when we come from a place of abundance, that's when the magic happens. That's when you can start to bring your desires into fruition. It's not going to be I have to do this, I haven't done it yet, what's wrong with me? It's going to be, what do I already have that I am so blessed in my life for? Because coming from a place of those emotions are what's going to help you get the other things that you still want. Because again, having desires, wanting a certain amount in the bank, wanting a number on the scale, wanting that relationship, those are all wonderful things to want. You just have to come at them from a standpoint of already being grateful for what you do have, and then also becoming that person that has already achieved what it is that you want, and practice living from those feelings already, because you're going to start to take action as if it's already happening. And guess what, my friends? It is going to happen. One of my favorite exercises to do, and I've mentioned this on numerous podcasts, but it's to write a letter from your future self, having already achieved what it is you want. And I'll share this example real quick because I've shared this before, but 2 years ago, I wanted to do a marathon, and I hate running. I legit hate running. Like, it's just not fun for me. But I had the opportunity to do, it's called a Tough Ruck Marathon. And it's part of the Boston Marathon, but you carry a weighted backpack. So I had 25 pounds, and they can't do it on the day of the Boston Marathon anymore since the bombings. So they do it the day before. But you're rucking, which is you're kind of moving at a fast pace. Some of those crazies run. I don't know how they do it, but they're running with all that heavy stuff on. But I was like, oh my God, I can totally do a ruck where it's kind of like a fast walk with a backpack. So I trained, in the winter months, because the Boston Marathon's in April. So it was a lot of training through like January, February, March. And I remember being out on one of my training things, and it was really cold. And I had to kind of shift my mindset because I was like, oh my gosh, I think I was probably like 5 or 6 miles in. And I had to put myself in a place of not focusing on how far I had to go, because I think at that point I had probably only done maybe 7 miles at that point. I had to put myself in a place of already completing this marathon. So I remember being out there, and I had, I think I had the Rocky song going, that like very inspiring Rocky Balboa song. And I just kind of closed my eyes for a minute, and all I could picture was myself crossing that finish line. And when I tell you, like, I started to tear up. I felt it in my body. I had goosebumps, and I'm literally out there like training by myself in this big wooded area that we have. And I'm crying, but I'm crying happy tears, because in my mind, I envisioned myself crossing that finish line, and my body reacted as if it already happened. And this is such an important part of achieving a desire, is really, really, like, I can't say it enough about creating those feelings ahead of time. So when I got home, I wrote a letter when I got home from the training thing, I wrote a letter from the finish line to my current self. So from my future, I wrote a letter to myself, and I kept it with me during the marathon. And it was a letter that told me if things were getting like difficult, during the marathon, like, it's okay because we finished. Like, I'm here at the finish line celebrating, drinking a Sam Adams, and like just feeling so good. And I pulled it out once, and I didn't need to, like, I wasn't struggling, but it was about mile 15. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to read that. And as silly as it sounds, but it was like, hey, Michelle, like, if you're reading this, you might need a little bit of inspiration, but let me tell you what, girlfriend, like, we did it. Like, we've done the 26.2. And I get emotional even thinking about it, because it's such a powerful tool. And I just invite you all to do that. Like, really envision yourself already having accomplished what it is that you want to accomplish and practice that, because I can assure you, my friends, you will create that outcome. Like, you will manifest that outcome because of the emotions that are tied to it. So when you're not getting an outcome that you want, you got to look at how you're feeling about it. Are you frustrated? Are you coming from lack? Are you, disappointed? That will not get you there. It really won't. So I offer this to you. How can you start to create the emotions to get you to where you want to be? And you will do it, my friends. I have all the faith in the world to you. And I'm doing the tough rec again this year. And I'm laughing because I'm just looking at all the snow outside and I'm like, oh, I got to get my butt going. But I'll be writing another letter, I'm sure, from my future self. But I hope you have a wonderful day. And I would love to hear from you. If you want to share, anything that you've been trying to achieve or want to achieve, like, I love getting emails about things that are working or even things that aren't working. Let me know. I would love to hear. And you can reach out to me and you can find me at mbwliving.com. And yeah, have a fabulous day. Cheers. Thank you so much for listening to the Happy Mind, Happy Life podcast. If today's episode inspired you, please share it with a friend or someone who you think could use a little extra calm and joy today. And to stay connected, follow me on Instagram at mbwliving or visit mbwliving.com. And remember, a happy mind truly creates a happy life. Cheers.